It's been a really exciting week in general. I know the process is quite fast. The turnaround period for us in terms of building, in terms of rehearsing, is a very quick process as opposed to most productions of this size and length.
I started by making a prototype. It was really easy just so we had something to play with in rehearsals. It's going to be puppeted by both me and Ciarán, so one of us will be up here holding up the body and doing the arms and the head, and one of us will be down here doing the knees. It was really easy for me because the puppet is exactly my height, so I just had to get a piece of cardboard that was this big, and just stick them together. I've been making the skeleton of the actual puppet. It's just made from very cheap, easy to find wooden doweling. You just cut that into, again, your body parts, so a shin piece, a thigh piece, a hip bone. Laid them out on the floor so that I can see how it looks, and I adjusted the hips, because sometimes you have the measurements and in theory it will work, but when you actually put it together, maybe the legs look weirdly long or the shoulders are too broad. The hands are a bit of a mystery still, I'm not really sure, but I'll work it out. I think currently in my head, I think if I get some gloves and then I wear the gloves so I can put my hand in the position that I want the hand in, and then I cover that in tin foil and pack it really tight, I can hopefully get the glove off of my hand and paper mache that. After I have the hands, I'll try and get the whole thing together so we at least have a body that we can use in rehearsals.
I love rehearsal a lot. It's the most rewarding thing in the world if you've written something and to see people interrogating it and making notes and asking questions. In this particular process, I think the script is changing significantly less than other scripts I've worked on in rehearsal, and I've been really blessed with the director who's coming up just to serve the script. Is sort of seems to be her approach at this point in the process.
But I think we also have to think about how many times has she been late, and and you're friendly, obviously, and you like her as a person.
I always think it's fascinating to delve into the script and what the hidden things are in the script.
There's a big difference between him, the night when she falls asleep on the porch and the next morning when he approaches her, something he has obviously had the whole night to think about it.
As you delve more into it, you realize that there's a lot of hidden stuff, where did the characters come from, what has happened to them up until this point.
I just think the dialogue is great. I really like the way that those two characters interact, and it feels at the same time very naturalistic and very much a human relationship.
None of this is true. I'm not being fired, I'm retired.
And because I'm the savvy assistant who was able to recognize and do something about this serious oversight.
She goes through a really difficult time. She's very different from me. I'm really excited to explore her and kind of find the freedom in the ways in which we're different and the ways in which we're the same.
I think there's something exceptional that happens in a rehearsal room between actors and directors and everyone that's involved in the theatre process. There's a camaraderie within the room that will never happen again. It's here in this moment.
Top of rehearsals, we're going to have Frances mark off the stage. That means that she gives the actors their playing space parameters.
The actual audience seating will be on the yellow line. However, to give a sense of where their legs will come out to, we're placing the chairs slightly further over the line so that they get used to that space not being available.
The color scheme for the adding is monochrome, so we're staying in the color range of white, gray, and black, and this marks off the different worlds that we're exploring. We'll have pops of color to denote how the characters are feeling in the scene or their position of power in the scene. So your color for most of the play is going to be purple, which is the color of wealth and money and power. I can't wait to get into next week and see what that brings, because there have been so many surprises and exciting moments this week.